Okay, so for your student conference project, there are 4 parts. First, there's a reflection. So when you go to your eFolio, here under the reflection, you're actually going to pull up a document. I just pulled something up. It just got some quotes or something on it. But what you're going to pull up here is a new document, and you're going to write a reflection. And what the reflection is about is it's about your oral presentation scores. It's about this, okay? So let's take a look. So you're going to write a reflection. You're going to look over the scores I gave you. I'm going to be giving you guys a page like this with your scores written on it. This is just a copy of that sheet. That's just a blank copy. So on this sheet, I'm going to give you proficient, you've mastered approaching, I've mastered what I still need help with, developing I can, but I still need help with, emerging, starting to understand, but I need more help with. So those are sort of where you're at. Here you've got it, here you're just beginning. So you're going to look at all these targets for writing an argument essay. There's 10 of them. These are all standards. These are the most important standards in essay writing. I'm going to give you some feedback. So you're going to look and see, oh, did I get proficient on this one, on this one, on this one? Let's say I got proficient on all of them except I didn't use spell check. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a paragraph about all my proficiencies, and then I'm going to write a paragraph about where I'm approaching. So here I might start with my reflection. Dear Miss A, I'm proficient in all the writing standards. I know how to state a clear claim, use a lead to help the reader read more. I use transitional phrases well. I explain all my evidence and reasons. I organize into paragraphs. My reasons are strong. My evidence is very strong, and I cite it. I capitalize what I'm supposed to. I use all my punctuation correctly. So I wrote that. In the next paragraph, I'm looking at my scores, and I didn't use spell check. It said emerging, right? So I'll say, one rough spot I have is I don't use spell check. I'm just barely learning how to do that. And the last part that you're going to talk about is you're going to also talk about a list of lessons you need me to teach. So I have some suggestions. For next steps, if you're not proficient, you can watch a Screencastify lesson. You can ask for a Screencastify lesson, or you can ask for a reteach. The reason I have this here is I just want you to be thinking about, what do I need from Miss A? I want you guys to be kind of an upstander for your own learning in a way. Maybe upstander is not the right word, but kind of standing up for your needs and speaking out. So in your reflection, you'll say, I'm merging and using spell check. I'm not sure how to do it. I'd like Miss A to make a Screencastify lesson for me, and I'll record one for you. If it's something that's really simple for me to teach, I'll record it. If it's something I think you need more help with, then I'll pull you into a group. But I want you to be able to say, this is what I need, okay? Once I've done all that, I'm going to record myself talking about the progress. So I'm going to do a Screencastify. I'll teach you guys how to do that in another video. And you're going to go over these scores. You're just going to talk about them, okay? And just like I did right now, I can state a clear claim. I'm proficient. I can lead the reader to read more. I use transitional phrases. I'm proficient. You're just going to go through the list and just record yourself talking. And then you're going to point out your strengths, and you're going to also point out your rough spots, okay? And once you've done that and you've talked about your next steps, the things you think that could help you, you're simply going to publish your screencast. You're going to copy and paste a link at the top of your reflection page. So you're going to go here, and up here you're going to give me an insert and a link to that screencast, and you're going to make sure that you share it with me, okay? And then lastly, there's a peer assessment and a self-assessment. So you're going to have yourself watch your video, And for 40 points, did you do what the directions asked? So first of all, did you prepare a script? And that script is going to be your reflection. Do you have your strengths and weaknesses? Did you go over the items and talk about them? Did you explain what the target was? Did you tell us what you scored on each target? Did you use some of the speaking prompts on what you can do if you need help? And did you look at your paper with us? Kind of click around as you were talking and say, okay, so let's take a look at my paper. See here, I clearly had a very strong, lead that really got people in the reading, as you can see. So you're kind of mentioning and showing. And just make sure that you talked about what you plan on doing next. So you could also go in here and say, oh, and as you can see, I completely forgot my spell check. I've misspelled all these words. So I'm planning on having Miss A create a screencast lesson for me. And that's the rubric here. And you're going to give yourself a score on your paper. Okay? You can just put an X wherever you think whatever you need. Okay? It says score yourself using blue font, and then have your peer watch the screencast, and they'll score you in green font, and then I'll score you in red font, and I'll give you points for doing this, which is 40 points. And you also have an assessment here on your writing, which is only worth 30 points, 3 points a target. So it's pretty much just like a spelling test, spelling homework. It's very gentle, the grading on how well you're writing.